Hello, this is Michael Beakley from Hammer Street Productions. Welcome back to another tutorial video in our series, How to Make a Podcast with Only Free Software. Today I want to talk about one of my favorite pieces of software, free or paid, and this is the software where I spend most of my time. As you probably already know from editing podcasts, the part that takes the longest is editing for content. Well, personally, I find this piece of software that I'm going to introduce to you today is lightweight. It operates really quickly on my PC, even when I'm editing a 2-hour-long podcast with multiple speakers. And I just love their keyboard shortcuts, which really save me a lot of time. I'm a proud Reason user. My music composition DAW of choice is Propellerhead's Reason, but I gotta tell you, Reason is so slow when it comes to editing dialogue and making fades and crossfades, so I needed a different piece of software that would make me a faster, more proficient dialogue editor. And luckily, 5 years ago, I stumbled across the free version here of PreSonus Studio One. So here we are on their website. That's shop.presonus.com/studio-one, and we'll of course put that link in the description. And what you'll see here are a bunch of different professional level pieces of software. Unfortunately, I haven't tried the professional paid versions. I've only used the free version of PreSonus Studio One over the years. They call it the best free DAW, as you can see here, and to be honest guys, it's kind of hard to argue with that. It really delivers, especially for dialogue editing. Now, here on their website, they have version 5 of Studio One Prime. I'm still running Studio One version 3, and it still works wonders for me. So I'm going to give you this quick rundown, and maybe one day in the future, I'll get around to upgrading to the newest version, version 5, and maybe we can do a tutorial video on that. They do ask for your email address, but it redirects their ads to my Gmail spam folder. And guys, I don't know about you, but an email address has been such a small price to pay, in my opinion, especially considering just how useful this piece of software has been for me for the past 5+ years. Okay, so here I am at PreSonus Studio One Prime, version 3, the free version. Let's go to create a new song. Good. As you can see, we can also make templates. So I have templates based on my other clients. So this is for my full audiobooks, and this one's for my client Cybert Media in Germany. But right now we're just going to create an empty song. I'm not worried too much about where I'm storing the files, but for now, just so you know, you can store it anywhere you want, and it's really easy to use. Song title, don't forget to title the name of your podcast that you're recording. For now, this is just a test, and I'm not going to save this, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave it as it is. I use 44.1 kilohertz. Some people prefer 48. 44 sounds fine to me, especially with podcasts. I use 16-bit because, again, we're not audiophiles here. We're just trying to get content out, and it saves a little bit of space. Time-based. This is interesting. So bars is going to be for music. Frames is going to be for working with syncing with film. Okay, we're going to work with seconds. And just for podcasts, since the time code I think is ultimately the most important thing, I recommend working with seconds. Let's just keep this 15 minutes. Easily you can change it to 5. Some of my podcasts last 2 hours though, and PreSonus has no problem running in 2 hours. Again, it's really lightweight and works well with my computer. So tempo doesn't really matter. Time signature doesn't really matter, but if you're a music user and want to use PreSonus Studio One for music applications, I'm not going to talk about that too much today, but just so you know, these options are here. Stretch audio files to song tempo? No, do not click this. Play overlaps? Again, do not click that. Okay, let's click OK. Again, here's a lot of music options. I'm not a PreSonus Studio One music composer. I use Reason for music composition, as I mentioned before. So what we want to do is we want to go up to track, add audio track, mono. Mono is what I'm going to prefer here for recording podcasts because I only have one microphone. Okay, now when we press the red button, automatically that blue button came on. Now I'll play it just for a second, but it's not going to sound good because it's going to get feedback in your ears because I have direct monitoring on. So that's why it's going to sound bad. But for our purposes here, I'll leave that off. But the record button's on now, so now I can record. So what I want to do is go with my mouse down here, and I want to press record. You can also press it, it says here, on your number pad. By pressing star on your number pad, that will lead you to record. But we're just going to press record here. And I'm going to talk to the microphone, and there we go. There we go. We're off and running with PreSonus Studio One. I can't believe that this is free software. It's just so good. Okay, now I've got some audio to work with. Now, what I really love about PreSonus Studio One is about how easy it is to use. Right now, just the default setting. Here I have my mouse. It's almost as easy as a word processor. I click over here to the left side. I haven't even clicked anything. I just hover, I click, and drag. It's so easy. I click, I hold it, drag it to the left. It's a really easy to use DAW. Really lightweight, really easy to use. It's free. Now, I want to talk about some keyboard shortcuts and some settings. Here in settings, this is snap to grid N. I think this is really useful for music, but for podcasting, generally speaking, I do not snap to grid. I want to get down and dirty in there with the audio itself, and so I need to zoom in as close as possible. Auto scroll, we can press F to auto scroll. In other words, if I'm here, just so good, it auto scrolls. If I'm here and turn auto scroll off or press F, just so good, it continues going and I can't watch it. Now, this is another interesting one. Let's keep an auto scroll on for now. This is another interesting one. Cursor follows edit position. So, for example, if you edit over here or over here, the cursor is going to start where you edit. So some people might find this annoying because they might just want to go in and edit. Well, you can toggle this off very easily. 3 important tools. Again, one for music and these other 2. 3 important tools, and I recommend you guys play with these settings and toggle them on and off, and I encourage you to experiment and practice. Okay, now, I want to talk about control and stuff. So you've seen me kind of zoom in and zoom out very quickly, effortlessly. I'm not even thinking. This is control minus, zooms out. Control plus, zooms in. Control mouse click, cuts. We just went over that just a minute ago. So control and things. Control I play with my left hand, and mouse I play with my right hand, and number pad I play with my right hand. And just this really intuitive design to their shortcuts makes it a great dialogue editor. So again, control minus, zoom out. Control plus, zoom in. Control left mouse click, cut. Very useful stuff, you guys. Speaking of control commands, I forgot one. Control and mouse wheel makes it bigger. Control and mouse wheel back makes it smaller. So I'm not perfect with this program, but man, I am fast at these control commands. And then here I am without control, and I can click and drag. Okay, if we cut something, I can cut out a breath, for instance. Here we go. Just draw little fades. So this is no control on. Click and drag. Okay, but it's control to make the cuts. It's control to zoom out. It's control to zoom in. I mentioned that control minus is zoom out and control plus is zoom in. Well, also minus is scrub left and plus is scrub right. So again, just a few key clicks, minus plus, control, left mouse, and the mouse button, and you're off to the races. You're doing pretty much everything you need to do with about 6 different buttons. About as complicated as a Nintendo controller, and I can move quickly in this software, and I love what these keyboard shortcuts have done for me and for my editing. Well, that's about all for today. Thanks for watching this video, and be sure to check out the rest of the playlist, How to Make a Podcast with Only Free Software. We post a new video every Monday. If you're new around here, don't forget to like and subscribe to the Hammer Street Productions YouTube channel. We're also active on Facebook and Twitter, so feel free to stop over there and get involved in our audio production discussions. And if you're interested in learning more about what Hammer Street Productions can do for you and your project, drop on by our website at hammerstreetproductions.com. Check out what we've been working on, check out our testimonials page, and see what our happy customers are saying. And go ahead and fill out our contact form and let us know how we can help you get the pro audio you need. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next Monday and every Monday with another tutorial video.